What's up? I want to talk about why confidence is being comfortable being an idiot. Okay, so a lot of people reach out to me and say, Michelle, you interview hundreds of women that are uber confident. What is the key? In this video, I'm going to go through what confidence is, and then I'm going to go into a personal story about my own confidence wobble. And finally, at the end, stick around because I'm going to give you some key takeaways to help you improve your confidence. All right, first, let's get into some truth bombs. Confidence isn't about looking slick or sounding smart or just going into the room and owning it or having everything figured out. Most people never even try things because they're scared of looking like an idiot. They don't want to stumble, they don't want to mess up, and they don't want to be laughed at. Here's the thing, those embarrassing moments, the clumsy ones, that's where you learn to become more confident. So today I want to share with you a quick story about how my confidence was affected and how I learned how to lean into it, and ultimately now how I feel more comfortable in that situation than I did at the start. All right, so I'm going to take you back 18 months ago when I joined a brand new CrossFit gym. I say brand new, I'd never been to CrossFit before. And the first lesson was pretty scary. I walked in, everyone seemed to know what they were doing. They were putting the right weights on. Everyone knew what a WOD was. What is a WOD? Workout of the day, you'll thank me later. And even though I'd been in the gym quite a few times over the years, a lot of the times, I was quite comfortable in the gym. CrossFit was different. It was something new for me. And I felt so out of my depth. Now, the people that were there are absolutely lovely. It's the most incredible gym and I'm still a member. But I just didn't know anything. I didn't know any of the terminology. And at a point in time, I thought, you can either go two ways with this, Michelle. You can lean into looking like an idiot and asking silly questions, which I now know were not at all silly, and everybody asks them. Or you can clam up, probably never go back, and then have this as an experience that you will never have again, which is such a shame because I feel like that is when we withdraw from something that actually could break some positivity into our life. CrossFit has changed my world. It has made me healthier. It has made me just feel better for my mental health. And if I'd let those feelings really eat into me on that first occasion, because, you know, I dropped weights. I literally didn't get off the bar, which is fine and it's normal. My technique was terrible, probably still is. But here's the thing, on that day, I was stood there and I thought, do you know what, Michelle, you're pretty good at being an idiot at most things. So let this be the same. And I just instantly felt this weighted lift off me and I was like, okay, I'm just going to be the idiot here in the room, the clumsy one doesn't know anything. And it really changed my experience in the gym. And so that's why I think it's really important that when we talk about confidence, we don't, talk about this thing of showing up big and, holding the room and knowing everything, because that is not confidence. Confidence is just being comfortable in your own skin and being really quite rubbish at something. So now for the fun bit, I'm going to go into the science of why this happens and why this thought process creeps in. Psychologists talk about the spotlight effect. It's our tendency to think that everybody is looking at us and everybody is noticing what we're doing. We're constantly second guessing ourselves and thinking about other people's judgment, when the actual reality is nobody even cares because they're thinking about what they're doing. They're not looking at you and they're not judging at you because they're in their own world. They only care about themselves. We're quite selfish, okay? And if they are judging, then that's on them. And to be honest with you, I don't think anyone in that CrossFit gym was judging me that day. So now that you know it's a natural thing, it's called the spotlight effect. You know what's happening. You can tell yourself that it's not true. All right, this is an important one. The second one is exposure therapy. So this is retraining the brain. Every time you put yourself in a situation where you don't feel confident, you are telling your brain, oh, it's okay to do these things. It's okay to do scary things. We've been here before and you coped. So you have to do more and more of those scary things. And I guess you have to be an idiot more than you want to be. All right, and lastly is self-compassion. Everybody goes through this, and I think we're very good at beating ourselves up about certain situations and how we feel and how we turn up and that internal monologue that we have. But just know that everybody else has it too. And you need a little bit of self-compassion. You're probably not going to want to just turn up and be the idiot every time. It's something you're going to have to work on. But tell yourself it's okay and that small steps are huge wins. Looking like an idiot, don't get me wrong, is uncomfortable. But I've done it enough times in my career in construction to know that Nobody dies and it's all okay. So I'm going to give you 4 dares for you to do, which will make you a little bit more confident playing the idiot. Number 1, do something really badly on purpose. Find something you're going to be horrendous at and go and do that. And you're going to know, your mindset's going to tell you, it's okay, I know I'm going to be really bad at this. That's going to be a game changer for you. Secondly, share a failure story. If you tell people how you failed, you're going to make it lighthearted. And I say failure because it's not a failure, but you're going to be putting a positive spin on that experience. And therefore, when you go to do something again, you'll be like, it's cool. I always say it's going to make for a great story. And I firmly believe that's true. Next thing is switch up your language. Stop saying, I'm so bad at this, I can't do this. Positive thoughts. I'm going to be really bad at this at the start, but I'm going to get better. Next one is you've got to call out your own mistakes. Like I say, it's not failure, they're just mistakes. They're key learnings that are making you a better person. All right, perfect. So this week's there. Go and find something you're horrendous at. Jump in with 2 feet, be the idiot, learn, and tell me if you've grown in confidence. All right, so let's wrap this up. Today's key takeaway is confidence is about being comfortable playing the idiot. It's not about avoiding embarrassment, it's about leaning into it. Now, drop in the comments the last time you were a complete idiot. Share the story. I want to know if you felt more confident after. And I also want to know what you're going to do now to be a complete idiot, because it's a constant learning curve. All right, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more dares to get you winning in life. God, that sounded cheesy. I'm out. If you want to listen to a good podcast, you know where to find it, shewdareswins.com.